Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to Shiboyugi episode 9. I keep having to double check every time I start the recording. Episode 9. We have a very interesting episode this week because last week we had kind of like a cliffhanger. It started the new death game, and this week we'll actually see what it's about. We finally get to get a glimpse of the Candlewood games. That means the horrible, violent, terrible, whatever 20 other adjectives there are, death games, that took place before of what we've seen so far in the anime. As we've seen before, the games are not chronological, so the first game we've seen happened after the second game, I think it was, and then the third game was after again. It doesn't matter. We get a glimpse of the future, the past, and the present. Well, probably not the present. The present would be whatever the last game is that she played. But we get some puzzle pieces and we put them together to get a better look throughout this world. Last week, we've seen the game mode, which was some type of hide-and-seek game that is about to happen. They're still in the preparation phase. We've seen there's like team stumps, like tree stumps, and a team, I don't remember if they gave them a name, but they're all dressed as rabbits in those rabbit costumes. Bunny girls. Now, one thing I've noticed is the title of every episode. I've never really even mentioned it. If we take a look at the titles of each episode that has been shown so far, so without looking ahead, I stopped scrolling where I should. It always says all you need ... chains of ... always 4 dots or 4 dashes. I figured kinda the only word that fits all of those titles would be love. Like, all you need is love. Chains of love. In the name of love. Bad love. Love is all you need. Kind of the same as the first episode. Who's loving you and good love. And then the last episode we've seen was Love It All. Doesn't really sound that good on the last few, but I can't come up with another word for the titles. I haven't checked what the next episode is called. I assume they're gonna show this in the very beginning. Very interesting. I mean, there's only a few other anime that come to mind, like Violet Evergarden and stuff, that just completely removed the title or just did like a ... We'll see whatever is the next. But in this game mode, as I said before, they've shown already one of the main characters, or at least one of the main characters of this death game, which was unnamed so far, but she has green hair and she is pretty ruthless. Her idea is that she wanted to teach the other players in her team how to kill someone. So she just straight up shot someone of her own team and then said to everyone, okay, now everyone stabs this girl just to get a feel for it, otherwise you get shot as well. Probably not gonna survive at all after getting like 18 people stabbing you. I've counted 18 people, including the one who was shot. I assume there's maybe 20 in total, rounding it up. If not, then at least 18. From the Rabbits team, we haven't seen any concrete numbers. I mean, we know the game is about the team stumps, the chasers, the predators. The hunters. The hunters need to kill 5 rabbits in order to win. Within a week, it's like just at the tip of my tongue, but I don't even remember exactly the time period they have. But during that time, they need to kill 5. So I assume we can either go by 5 times the amount of the hunters, which would be around 90, or to round it up, 100 maybe, 100 rabbits. But it would be more interesting if there's less rabbits, like half of it, like 50 rabbits. Because we don't want all the stumps to win, we want some of them to intentionally lose. But what would happen if each of them gets a kill, and then a second kill, and a third kill, then none of them really wins, because once they killed everyone, none of them has exactly 5 kills, unless they really rush for it. So it's, on one hand it's a team game, and on the other hand they're still their own, each other's enemies, without having to kill each other, except for that one girl, for whatever reason that she had to kill, just so she could show how stabbing works. On one hand, as I said before, I understand her. You don't want people in your team to just int in gaming lingo. You don't want them to throw the game, to just freeze and potentially give a weapon to the rabbits, or let them overcome you, overpower you in this sense. So I guess, yeah, she had a point of trying to be rude and mean, but for the purpose of everyone's safety in the future. So that is all of what I wrote here for last week's episode. I have episode 9 in front of me. Get your copies ready, because I'm gonna count down in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so that's Team Stump, I assume. Yeah. Okay, chapter 11 out of 43. That red-haired girl looks, I was gonna say sane, but in order to freely stab someone, you kind of have to be insane. So the game started, okay. Wow, instantly one chapter skip. I'm really interested to see how big this place is, and how much time they'll even have. Can't help falling in love. Oh, I forgot. Gross. Creepy. If you're gonna be loud, you're not gonna be able to kill anyone. God, there's gonna be so many deaths now that I think about it. Wow. Wow. So they... Oh, okay. So they just tickle her? I guess, yeah. Okay, we got a new player. Name. So I'm just gonna move this here. This is so silly. Do we see her laugh for the first time? Ah, I knew something was gonna. Uh, well, hey, we got someone who survived our 30th game, so. How did you lose her so fast? Wait, is this not. This is the green haired girl that was teaching everyone, no? I'd have to see her face. They have weapons? Ooh. Just keep shooting, don't run away. I mean, don't shoot. I'm kind of for a Team Rabbit. Yeah, it is her. No, she's not gonna die. I was waiting for that. Yeah. I haven't seen her before. Are those shots? They sound very muffled. Flashback? No? No, it's not a flashback. Okay, so there really aren't that many. Oh, okay. I thought she was. Oh, okay. Wow. Damn. Fuck. There are just gonna be like 4 or 5 players at the end. I know this song. That's the tune they play at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. in towns. It has a name. It's like a. When I was in Japan, I actually got to record it. 1 out of. Is this flashback? Will she like that answer? Damn. She liked that. God, great music choice as well. I mean, I know she's supposed to be like mini a mini villain of this arc. I can't tell if this is them back in safety or still during a game. Looks like their place, their home. Her home. Not their home? Short temper. Okay, so this is like. Whoa. Time jump? Small time jump. Big time jump. Psychopath. Actual psychopath. Sociopath. Hmm. What the fuck? The whale of the sky. Damn. She's stuck with her for this long? What even is the context? How did she... Did they meet during a death game? They became friends since then? What a horrible way to make friends. Why does she need so many TVs as well? What is she eating? Looks like crab. Lobster? I don't think she really meant that they wanted to kill her. That she wanted to kill them. This feels like a poem. This is beautifully made. Kind of fucked up, the whole story, but so what happened to? Without knowing the outside of this, did she actually do it? I'll get back to that in a second. Great sound design. Ow. Wow. Hmm. I'd be feeling uncomfortable as well. It definitely looks like CGI, but it's really well made, especially with the shadows. That'd be really hard to make with normal animation. So even outside of these games, I assume this is outside of the game. Their blood turns into cotton. Is that a thing that everyone has? We never really explored that. What the fuck? Caramel hair? Agar wood? So she is. That's a grenade. Smoke grenade. Ah, shit. Well. Uh. Interesting episode. Wow, okay. I'm gonna have to look up some details, but I didn't even realize that she was in those games. I totally expected the mini montage of how the you know what? Let me look up the names. I'm gonna write them down. I don't think we're supposed to know her name yet. The beige colored caramel, as she said, caramel colored haired girl, the psychopath. She's part of those games apparently. What a twist. I mean, because this is such a flip towards the stumps, because so far we've seen that they were kind of bad at the game. They were all dying, being overpowered by the rabbits. There's so many rabbits. I more than I thought. We still don't have a concrete number, but apparently enough for them to not being scared to team up and fight against the stumps, the hunters. But with this psychopath in this game, well, that's another story. Where was she this whole time? If and I'm 99% sure that she is gonna be in this game. If she's in this game, then where was she this whole time? We didn't even see it. Are there more than one team of hunters? We've only seen one so far. Are there more? We've only counted 18. Uh, Slight input here into editing. In the episode, they even talked about it while they were tickling the hunter. Remember, the rabbits were tickling the one hunter that they were interrogating. That her name was Kushida. We don't know more about her. We've only seen her hair color, which is a little bit orange with like a green bow top. Um, who admitted that they were about 30 people. So we've only counted 18. 30 people. I assume there's a bunch of those that we haven't seen, probably in a different room. That would make more sense. So there's probably more than one team of hunters. I'll talk more about that. But that she also admitted that the team was being ruled by fear by one of the girls, the green-haired girl named Moegi, hence where the name comes from. But with Psychopath Girl being part of this game, well, that's bad news for the rabbits, because as the green-haired girl, I think her name is Moegi. I looked it up. It says I'm supposed to know her name by now. I don't remember her being called in the anime. Probably I might have missed it or already forgotten. But Moegi, the green-haired girl, as she said, that once she starts killing, there's no stop to it, to the point where there's not gonna be enough rabbits for the rest. I mean, here's hoping that it's not gonna be another bathhouse situation where everyone dies except our main protagonist, or at least everyone that we've seen. I'm sure there's a few that escaped, but damn. Well, I mean, to this game here, not much more has been learned. We've seen that the entrance, once they get out, the hunters, once they get out of their lair, it's like a tiny maze. I kind of wish they would do a bird shot, or a wide shot where we can see the actual arena where this takes place. But so far we've only seen a little corner where there's walls that look like a tiny maze, TV walls even, where it projects or shows um, a virtual forest, and some really creepy bunnies, PNG bunnies. Uh, we don't know much more about the green hair, the mentor of the rabbit team, the green haired girl. We finally got some background story, some flashbacks of her previous games. I assume this was what I was gonna say. I assume the scene in the apartment took place outside of the games. It's so hard to tell what's in a game and what's not a game, because we don't really know how the outside looks. If this is the outside and everyone looks like living in a, I don't know, Blade Runner type style of city, a futuristic concrete town, but we really don't know if it was when something was happening in the game. I assume when they were dressed as Christmas girls, that was definitely in a game. Why would they be dressed like that otherwise? But aside from that, I assume green-haired girl Moegi begged Loki begged the psychopath to spare her by showing compassion, like, "Oh, I'm also a psychopath, hee hee. Um, yeah, when I killed my parents, ha ha ha." And somehow the sociopath, just what even is the difference between sociopath? I assume sociopath has to do with sociology, with how you interact with other people. Neither term is an official medical diagnosis. I guess so, but psychopaths are born with biological traits causing emotional detachment and calculated manipulation, whereas sociopaths are shaped by environmental factors. Okay, making them more impulsive and erratic. Interesting. We don't really know if she's a sociopath or a psychopath. I mean, she clearly shows behavior of both, but she could have been a totally normal girl who got influenced by someone else. But I'm I'm gonna have to bet on her being a psychopath, being born with it, because who loves killing this much? I don't think you can really be taught to like killing this much. And the green-haired girl might slowly start to become a sociopath, although she did kind of show her human side, where she was being chased by a rabbit, and then she kind of broke down. Not really in a crying fit, but in she had to run away from the rabbit. She got saved. She thanked the other one who saved her. Then they re-encountered her. Everyone was still scared of her because they saw what she was like. And then she admitted that, yeah, don't worry about it. I also ran away from the rabbits. And she's completely frozen. And now at the end, she does have an actual breakdown because she realizes that the, let's just call her the psychopath, caramel psychopath, is in this game. So the caramel psychopath is gonna be an issue. I don't know what they're gonna do about it. Probably one of them has to kill the psychopath. I'm gonna have to say that the green-haired girl is probably gonna be the problem solver, and then get that as a closure, I guess. I don't know if it's gonna go end well for her, but I don't think it's gonna end well for the psychopath. So, for next week, I hope we get to see more about the caramel girl. I'm just gonna have to use a different name every time. But especially also Yuki. We didn't see anything about Yuki in this episode. It was mostly focused on Moegi, the green-haired girl. They we've seen a new character, a new bunny girl. I know they said her name. Don't really remember. I didn't note it down. I can look it up really quickly, but I just realized something. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, oh my god! This is blowing my mind right now. I was just searching for the name of the psychopath, and we'll get to a second for that. Look what I found. Oh my god! Wait. That's her. That's her. As a bunny. As a bunny girl. Is she undercover? Is she actually part of the bunny girls? Oh my god, why did I not notice that? I just thought this was like an ordinary caramel haired girl. But no, it's the caramel haired girl. Oh my god. Her name is Kiara, by the way. They mention it in the episode. What the fuck? I just casually clicked a little bit some frames in the episode, and then this popped up, and I was like, what? There's no way. It is her. It is 100% her. Because in the Christmas, where they were dressed as Christmas girls, she had the white heart on this side here, the pin. Same eye color, same. It's her. Oh my god. Okay, that I completely missed that. I'm so glad I found that out. Uh, Wow, okay, so at least we know where the grenades come from next episode. I assume that's her, because holy shit, the maniac is on the loose. Um, what I found out, we completely forgot about the black haired girl in the apartment. So it makes more sense on the second watch how it turns out that they had the death game, or the Christmas death game, um, and Kiara, the psychopath, kind of spared the Moegi girl, the green haired girl, and kind of manipulated her into killing her own parents, I guess. Maybe I'm misunderstanding this part of the anime, but when she had the bloody hands and bloody face, I assume that's after she killed her parents, or something similar, an attempt to it. Um, we've seen another black-haired girl who was named Shion, because before she entered the apartment of Kiara, the Moegi saw another girl who didn't speak a single word. She was on her phone the whole time, not even doing eye contact, and she was mad at the room-bound robots to the point where she threw something at it, or even threw the robot. I don't remember what it was, but wow, holy shit. Okay, this just blew my mind. Anyways, I'm gonna see how it goes in the next episode. I would have been even more surprised next week, and actually mad at myself that I didn't even realize that it was her. But this explains it. There's if she says there's 30 of them, why is she the one tickling the girl though? Since, I mean, who made up the rule that violence shall not be used against their enemy? I assume this is Yuki's plan. No, not Yuki's. Kiara's plan. The psychopath, doing it on purpose, so she doesn't really kill her own team. I assume she is undercover. I don't remember if we've seen her in the last episode. Maybe we've seen a glimpse in the background or something, but I would have to check that out because holy shit. Here I was thinking that Moegi was the biggest threat, but after we've seen her kind of fail killing a rabbit, there's a much bigger threat there. So I guess this all explains why the Candlewood games were considered brutal and violent, probably because of this infamous last game. Last game. I don't know if this is the officially last game, but yeah, leaving a maniac lose in one of these games is just causes trouble with to everyone. But I assume that's why everyone considers it the worst types of games. And she is Moegi's mentor, so damn. I don't know if she had a job as an assassin or something, because she kept talking about, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna kill someone. You wanna tag along? I'll show you how to kill. As if it was a normal thing. Is she just a serial killer? Is she a hitman? An assassin? Hired assassin? We don't know. Would be interesting to know, because from what we've seen, she shows clear signs of being a complete psychopath. No emotions, nothing. Uh, just weird. And I don't know. I don't even know what Shion does. Apparently, she wouldn't be surprised if she's also in this type of game. Maybe she is the second psychopath. The fact that she lives together with Kara has some things to explain. But for this week, that's probably all I have to say. I don't think there's much more to talk about. I've again, I might just put it in here if I see something mind blowing, like I just did, because I clearly completely missed that part. But other than that, I'd say I talked about everything. So I'll probably see you in the next episode, which I will try to shorten the upload dates. I know I keep saying that, but I've been so busy lately. So busy. And I'm trying, but I will try to make it better. I will try harder. I will also continue Witch Hat Atelier, which I started. I haven't watched the second episode as of writing this, or as I'm recording this. So keep an eye out for that too, and I'll see you in the next time. So, bye bye.